It is is it windy outside. We have no power at my house. I might have to sleep over your place tonight, Guillermo.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
There are fires going on in the city. Parts of town are being evacuated. Basically, what happened was we had a lot of rain last year, and that resulted in a lot of vegetation, which is now turned into kindling because it's dry. And then you add in high wind, and you've got perfect conditions for a wildfire. It's like God's a scoutmaster. He's saying, everybody got your marshmallow and your stick? Okay, good. I knew something was up this morning when I got this on-the-scene weather report from our very own Guillermo.
Another year of the Santana winds. It's windy too much. Look, my chairs and the ground. It's very windy here.
Wow, 4 years of meteorology school really paid off, didn't it? Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And our thoughts and prayers go out to your patio furniture.
All right, thank you.
The wind is especially scary here in L.A. because, because of all the Botox, we're not used to seeing things move at all. So this morning, the National Weather Service put out this colorful warning. They drew a weird-looking sideways tooth over the affected areas and said, important, damaging winds also expected outside of magenta outlined areas. All right, so why even draw anything on it? Some graphic designers like, I know how to get their attention. Let's make it look like a GeoCities page from 1995. They're saying that winds in our area tonight could range anywhere from 80 miles an hour all the way up to the next Twister reboot, so be careful. Fortunately, our local news teams are on the ground monitoring this situation. And this, I have to say, this is the reason why L.A., say what you like about L.A., it is the most fun place to live anywhere on Earth.
What's happening is people take their keys with them as if they're in a parking lot. This is not a parking lot. Yeah. We really need people to move their cars. So if you leave your car in Palisades Drive, leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your cars and get them up there so that these fire trucks can get up there. It's really, really important.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Gutenberg.
Come on, man, you don't know that Steve Gutenberg, for God's sake? The police academy is real here. We are plowing ahead tonight. Wind be damned. Cher is here with us tonight. Cher, who you probably know has a book and autobiography. Cher has had such a fascinating life. She's had to split her memoir into multiple parts, like the Dune movies. This is Cher's first time on our show. Between me and her, this could be Donald Trump's least favorite talk show ever tonight. We still have almost, 2 weeks of Joe Biden, but Trump is already reminding us of what a terrible mistake we made. He gave a double-doozy of a press conference today from Mar-a-Lago. Over 72 minutes, he covered all the big issues, including his plan to rebrand the ocean itself.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name.
Yes, what a beautiful name you spent 2 seconds thinking of. He still has no health care plan. He stayed up almost all night drinking Diet Coats to come up with the Gulf of America. And from now on, tortillas will be known as little round blankets. This press conference showed that the real Gulf of America is the one between those who think Trump belongs in the White House and those who think he belongs in a home, because he hasn't gotten away from any of the old stuff. He played all the hits today.
The windmills are driving the whales crazy.
He would know. He is stuck on these windmills, which aren't even windmills, by the way. They're wind turbines. And whales. He wants to kill the sharks and save the whales and get rid of all the windmills. But most of all, he's still very upset about the water pressure at his house.
They also want to go back, and they have already started that, to when you buy a faucet, no water comes out, because they want to preserve. Even in areas that have so much water, you don't know what to do. It's called rain. It comes down from heaven. And they want to do, no water comes out of the shower. It goes drip, drip, drip.
What a drip. I mean, really. But in fairness, it wasn't all petty personal grievances. It was mostly that. But the Dalai Lama did manage to exit the spotlight today on this uplifting note.
And I'll just say it again. If this deal's not done, with the people representing our nation, by the time I get to office, all hell is going to break out. Thank you very much.
And off to the golf course he goes. That's right. For whatever reason Trump loves, he enjoys terrorizing our allies. Putin, good guy. Canada, he's like Darth Vader. Come to the dark side or else. Trump today suggested he'll consider using economic force to get Canada to become part of the United States. And if that doesn't get him the Nobel Prize, I don't know what is going to. He is also suggesting that we might buy or just claim Greenland, which seemed like a joke the first time he floated this idea. But this time, he isn't just talking about it. He sent his son there to inspect the merchandise.
Guys, we're here in Greenland. The founder, 1721. That yellow house with the red top, that was his original spot. That's where he moved. This is where it all started out here. Just incredible scenery. Super cool stuff.
Yeah, and that is a bro who knows cool, I'll tell you that. Who even thinks about buying Greenland? Who has thoughts like that? Maybe he wants to buy Greenland so he can put Don Jr. in charge and leave him there forever. You know what language? I looked up Greenland today, since it's going to become part of the country. They speak Greenlandic. 70% of the population speaks Greenlandic. That's what they should call Don Jr., the Greenlandic. And then we have Don's brother Eric's wife, Lara Trump, who over the holiday took her name out of the running for the vacant Senate seat in Florida and is back to focusing on her true passion, which is ruining Tom Petty songs. She whipped that crowd in. What's the opposite of a frenzy? She went. Maybe Elon could buy her a new throat or something. Please, back down already. That was from the Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve, but this is the real party over the break. The newly pardoned Hunter Biden made a friend at the White House gathering of digital creators, none other than Flavor Flav. I think we found our ticket for the next election. Flav Biden, Biden Flav, whatever, 2028, they have got my vote. Meanwhile, the bromance between Trump and Elon Musk appears to be precarious. According to the New York Times, reporter Maggie Haberman says Trump has been complaining about how much Musk has been hanging around his house. See, he really is like a son to him. Elon Musk has been renting a private cottage at Mar-a-Lago, which is about 300 feet from Trump's living quarters. Elon's bedroom is closer to Donald's than Donald's is to Melania's, just to give you an idea. They are saying that Trump hasn't had something glued this closely to his ass since the last time he sat on a box of McNuggets. Well, imagine being a member at Trump's gilded cheesecake factory golf course / wife graveyard, and you come down hungover after a night of listening to Lara Trump screeching karaoke. Now you're at the omelet station trying to get a spoonful of wet scrambled eggs from that sweaty pan full of hot dog water, and the world's richest EDM dork corners you to mumble about Star Trek for an hour because he lives there now. He moved in with Donald Trump. I mean, that's $83,000 a month well spent, isn't it? They say Elon walks in and just joins any meeting, whether he's invited to the... He's Trump's Kramer, bursting through the door. But somehow all the other billionaire tech boys are jealous, including the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, who's been kissing Trump's ass like it's the Blarney Stone lately. Mark Zuckerberg showed up to debase himself at Mar-a-Lago shortly after the election. Today, he released a suspiciously Trump-friendly announcement.
Hey, everyone. I want to talk about something important today.
What, the fact that you're dressed like a Molly dealer from Chechnya? No? Oh, okay, go on.
First, we're going to get rid of fact-checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X, starting in the U.S.
Oh, good. Facebook's going to be similar to X now. No fact-checkers. This is like Del Taco announcing they're done with health inspections.
We're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse.
What did Trump do to this woman? What has happened? Imagine being one of the wealthiest people in the world and making the decision to announce the end of truth as we know it while dressed as Macklemore in 2014.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
We call it the old suck and zuck. That's embarrassing. I'm trying to decide which part is worse. Mark Zuckerberg just flushing whatever dignity he had down Trump's golden toilet, or the fact that he's clearly transitioning into one of the Golden Girls. This is a fun little dilemma for Trump nuts. As of January 1st, it's last week, Pornhub is no longer available in Florida. The state passed a law requiring users to verify that they're over 18 before they can log on. So Pornhub, in response, blocked all access to their site in the state of Florida. They don't like the idea of the government monitoring what their users are watching. But isn't it weird that they're banning online porn in the state that most looks like a penis of all the states? It's like if Italy banned shopping online for shoes.
Well, anyone who may have tried to access a porn site today, like Pornhub or RedTube, is getting messages like this informing them that they're barred from the pornography site.
The familiar Pornhub tune silenced in Florida today.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I recognize it, but I couldn't tell you the name of it.
She doesn't know what it is. I know what it is.
I feel like I do.
Turns out she doesn't.
But he does. That might be the most openly horny reporter I've ever seen on local news. Now, the reason men in Florida aren't marching in the streets right now to protest is it's very easy to get around this restriction. All you need is a VPN. If you use a VPN, you can trick the site into thinking you're watching in another state. So the law really doesn't do anything to protect anyone. Obviously, kids shouldn't be looking at adult videos, especially in Florida. In Florida, kids should be doing Florida kid things like riding a jet ski with a machete. But there is still plenty of sexually charged nonsense happening in our Sunshine State. And tonight, we shine a light on that once again with our first edition for this new year of This Week in Florida.
22-year-old Sophia Ross, a Hooters waitress, didn't seem to recall driving her car. When the officer asks Ross to participate in a sobriety test, the interaction goes from strange.
Okay, do you want to try this first exercise for me?
I will do anything for you, Daddy.
To inappropriate.
We're gonna make out here.
Okay.
We're gonna make out here.
No, we're not.
I can't keep my hands off him.
Everything that we do.
Don't be such a nerd, bro.
Body cam, and that body cam is public record.
I am a nerd. Show it to the body cam. I am a nerd.
But anything we do is.
I am a nerd, bro.
And that's how I met your mother, kids.